Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and I was always told how to voice radio, so right now, I'm going to bring you a story that many people have been getting in touch with me over the last hour saying, Waaaay, have you seen this? Hey, Waaaay, do a video, Waaaay. And they're right, ladies and gentlemen, because this is huge news. You'll have to forgive me, I was busy finishing off my Alolan Ninetales GX and my Mimikyu GX video when news of this broke. So now let's have a look at it. Put simply, Tapu Lele is getting an alternate art reprint. And ladies and gentlemen, I cannot stress to you how huge this is. This isn't just about, oh, that's a pretty good card and it's getting a reprint. This isn't just about, oh, Tapu Lele is coming down in price. You would be amazed how many messages I've got from people. I don't want to share them because it doesn't seem right. But essentially, the message always basically says this. Hey, I like the Pokemon trading card game, but I'm not willing to spend that much money on a playset of Tapu Lele, so I can't play the game competitively. I go to pre-releases because I can't afford Tapu Lele. Oh, well, I like to play, but I only play at League. I don't want to go to big competitive tournaments because I know I am not going to be able to compete without Tapu Lele. If we have a very quick look on trollandtoad.com, a well-known selling website, you're basically looking at $30 if you're lucky, which means you've got to spend $120 in order to get a playset of Tapu Lele. And that doesn't get you a deck. A playset of Tapu Lele doesn't mean you can rock along to a tournament and win. A playset of Tapu Lele is the absolute minimum you need in order to actually rock along with this. Now, at this stage, I should pause to say very emphatically that PokeBeach.com was a lovely website that shared this news and shared this image about this pack we're getting Tapu Lele. Thank you to them for releasing this information. Clearly, it's information that a lot of us have been waiting for and about which a lot of you are very, very excited. To put it simply, Tapu Lele is at the heart of the consistency engine of every Pokemon deck around at the moment. Now, when I say every deck, there are a few very rare exceptions. If you take a deck like Quad Sylveon, then you can literally just play 4 Eevees, and then you can use Energy Evolution to evolve into Sylveon, and you don't have to play Tapu Lele. But that's one deck. And it's not the best deck around at the moment, and it means you have absolutely no options other than that. Back in the day, we had Primal Groudon that could just about survive without Tapu Lele, and you occasionally get some decks, but it's rare. Because there are alternatives, right? You can play an Alolan Vulpix. Problem is, Alolan Vulpix is an ability. You search for any 2 Pokemon, and then your opponent ends you. We've got Octillery, which is quite nice in order to draw yourself some extra cards every turn, but Octillery is a turn 2 if you get the Remoraid turn 1, and you get the Octillery turn 2, and you're not ability locked, kind of thing. Tapu Lele is at the centre of the consistency engine for pretty much every single deck in the Pokemon trading card game at the moment. And if you don't believe me, go on over to limitlesstcg.com/tournaments, click on any tournament, click on any deck list, and you'll see multiple Tapu Lele. Hey, what about the Zoroark deck that took first place at the North American International Championships, piloted by Stefan Ivanov? Oh, would you believe it? It played 3 Tapu Lele. Ah, well, maybe that's a little bit of an aberration. What about the Valencia SPE, the Valencia Special Event? Now, that's not actually a fair comment because that was also won by Stefan Ivanov. So maybe we look at the second place list piloted by Burt Walters. Oh, look. it played Tapu Lele. And that was a rare deck because it only played one Tapu Lele. Nowadays, ladies and gentlemen, we play Ultra Ball on turn 1 to search for Tapu Lele. Maybe we get super lucky and we've got that turn 1 Bridget or that turn 1 Professor Sycamore in our hand and we can use it right now to get set up. But in a lot of games, we're either using a Tapu Lele or we're using an Ultra Ball for a Tapu Lele on turn 1. That's how we get set up. It is not possible for me to overstate the importance of Tapu Lele in this game at the moment. It's that good. So then PokeBeach come along and they show us this pack is coming out. And the one thing this is going to do immediately is lower the price. It's as simple as supply and demand. There are going to be more Tapu Lele in circulation. We're going to have roughly the same number of players wanting them, maybe a few more, because this will get more people into the game. Ergo, roughly the same demand, increased supply. Very simple economics to say that the price of this is now going to come down. Meaning, we are going to be able to buy this much more cheaply. Zoroark GX should have been a stupidly expensive card, because it is the best non-Tapu Lele card in the format. It should have been dumbly expensive. But if we go to the same Troll and Toad website, and just so we're clear, right, I'm not sponsored by Troll and Toad, I much prefer Chaos Cards. Chaos Cards is a much, much better website. But I know the majority of my viewers are American, so I want to show you American prices. If you're buying these, your first call should be Chaos Cards. They have not sponsored this video. They're just my favorite. We can see the Zoroark GX is sitting there at $7.50. And it is arguably only a tiny notch below Tapu Lele. And it is 1/4 of the price. And the reason is Zoroark came along in a special pack. Zoroark was released as a promo, meaning that it never got to stupid prices because the amount in circulation was, quite frankly, higher than we would expect. But it does lead us to another very interesting question. We know that the Island Guardians GX Premium Collection is coming. Oh, you also get a Tapu Fini. Nobody cares. Is this going to keep Tapu Lele in the format for longer? Because nowadays we have what are called alternate art reprints, which have an A on them. Like this Professor Sycamore, for instance. And the weird thing is that these don't actually extend the legality of a particular card. It gives you a nice little extra print, but when Professor Sycamore rotates out, all of them do, including the alternate art. It's not like the old Mew EX that was released after it had rotated and brought it back into the format for like 2 years. So is this going to be an alternate art? In which case it will rotate out when Guardians Rising does, which we expect to be in September 2019. Or is it going to be a whole new print, meaning that it will be legal for another at least year or two? And the answer is we don't know at the moment. We don't have a clear enough picture to see if there is an A next to the set symbol or not. PokeBeach are predicting, and I don't think this is a bad prediction at all, that it might come out in Japan's GX Ultra Shiny set in November, which we do expect to have reprints of a bunch of GXs in, so maybe it will end up in that in Japan. Either way, it's coming out in Japan soon. And Japan, it's going to increase the legality. It's going to lengthen that out for a couple of years. It might do that over here. But at the beginning, that's an irrelevant point. Number one, this is going to lower the price of Tapu Lele. That's awesome. But I want to finish this video the way I started it. This will bring people into the game. This will make people go, I cannot afford $120 for a playset of Tapu Lele. Oh, but I can afford $30. It's very daunting to have to spend $120 on a playset of a card before you've even started building your deck. But if you can buy a playset for $30, and I think that's roughly what we should expect the value to land on, that's what happened to Zoroark. Maybe a slight increase, but I see these settling at no more than $10 a card. People are going to start buying playsets, and people who have been on the verge, on the fence of being a competitive player, the biggest barrier is taken away. The biggest barrier to competitive play, the most expensive card that is needed in every deck, is being made cheaper. It is such wonderful news, and I know I've just rushed out 2GX videos in the past couple hours, but you know what? This couldn't wait till tomorrow. Cheers to everyone giving me the heads up on this. I really appreciate it. If there's a story I'm not covering and you think I should be, make sure you let me know. And cheers to the lovely folks over at Poker Beach for leaking this so that I can come and analyze it and tell you everything you need to know. But now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a video that needs a comment section. The amount of people that have got in touch to tell me about this, I expect the comment section to go absolutely nuts with people delighted about this, and a few people who are annoyed because they've just bought a playset right before the price is due to plummet. As a side note, the price will only go down when it's released. Don't expect it to go down in the next couple of days. So go nuts in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen, but please be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Waaaay, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all of that, then head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.